Hello, and welcome to this new session of our course, Multimedia Applications and Virtual Reality. This session is about the key concept of VR, immersion.
Immersion occurs when the user interacts with immersive interfaces that allow the creation of a virtual identity within an artificial world. This immersion is characterized by a transfer of perception from the physical world to the virtual one, where physical stimuli are replaced by virtual stimuli. The remaining physical stimuli create what can be called contradictory interferences. The fewer these interferences are, the greater the level of immersion. To achieve true immersion, two aspects must be addressed: emotional and mental engagement, fostered by a compelling content scenario, and sensory stimulation, ensured by the high-quality digital creation of the environment.
Immersive technologies can be categorized according to the type of interfaces they employ. Large consumer interfaces include head-mounted displays, HMDs, which are wearable devices offering stereoscopic vision and head tracking, as well as VR boxes, which are low-cost smartphone-based headsets. Niche interfaces comprise data gloves, capable of capturing hand and finger movements, sometimes with haptic feedback. Immersive desktops that use stereoscopic monitors with tracking, often referred to as fish tank VR. And caves, which are room-size projection systems designed to provide group immersion. Finally, auxiliary interfaces enhance the experience through complementary technologies, such as 3D or surround sound for spatialized audio, motion tracking sensors to capture body, head, hand, or eye movements, and haptic accessories that deliver tactile, vibratory, or force feedback.
To live within a virtual world, there must be perfect synchronization between the user and their virtual identity. The user perceives, decides, and acts, while the virtual world, in turn, contains dynamic data that changes according to events and provides feedback to the user. This exchange, once interpreted, gives meaning to the user's experience within the virtual environment and forms what can be called the communication scenario.
When users first enter a virtual reality environment, they undergo a brief cognitive and perceptual adaptation phase, lasting from a few seconds to several minutes, during which they learn the rules of interaction, grasp the logic of the scenario, and align their sensory-motor expectations with the virtual setting. Once these rules are assimilated, the user experiences immersion, determined by the system's technical capacity to isolate and stimulate the senses, and presence, the psychological feeling of being there as attention, perception, and decision-making processes shift toward the virtual context. Upon leaving, a readaptation period is often required to recalibrate perception and cognition to the real world, a transition sometimes accompanied by after effects such as disorientation, perceptual lag, or reduced motor accuracy. Importantly, immersion should not be confused with adaptation. Immersion is a property of the VR system, whereas adaptation is a cognitive process of the user.